Hey guys, I was out in my garden very early this morning trying to water before the heat came. It's pretty hot out here today, but it's a little breeze, and when you're in the shade it's not really that bad. I thought it was going to be a lot worse today, but I just wanted to give you a little garden tour, and that's what I did this morning, but for some reason my camera stopped working and I didn't get the intro for it. So I'm going to show you a little tour, and then I'm going to show you what I have been up to this week. I have been having so much fun, because one thing, when you have a garden and the produce start coming in, then you start thinking, well, what am I going to do to preserve this? Because you can't eat it all at one time. So that's what I've been doing, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. I'm still learning, so I'm just going to give you a little sneak peek of what I've been up to. Well, as you come in, I planted these beans here. They were looking really bad, but they seem to have perked up. I put a shade cloth over, and these are peppers. And in between the two of them, I'm sorry, these are lima beans, and then the peppers are over here. Now, this is Brussels sprouts that looks terrible. It never really caught on. I don't know what happened, but I'm trying to keep all the leaves cut off, and hopefully they'll pick up when it get a little cooler. I had planted, I don't know, months ago, these beets, and they never grew. These are not beets. This is a beet. There's one, a couple more back there, and they just never grew. So I don't know. I really don't know. But this year was a learning experience, because this is the first time gardening here. I have another cucumber here. I ate the other one, and oh, these are so good. I bought 2 of these plants. These are English cucumbers, and I will definitely be buying more. I said in the last video that I was going to harvest these 2 potatoes, but I didn't. When the other ones in the bed down there were so small, I decided to leave these in a little longer, and I noticed the water was very, very dry. Now, it had rained very hard that morning, and I thought that it was enough water, but I dug those others up, and I mean, it was dry, like no water at all. So I've been watering these a little more, and I'm gonna let them stay in for a little bit longer. These pole beans are yellow at the bottom, but when you go up the trellis, they are starting to turn a little green again. So I'm hoping I get something out of them. And these are regular bush beans. They seem to be perking up a little bit. Some more pole beans. The cucumbers, the leaves are starting to turn, but I will show you them in a few minutes. The squash are doing okay. They're starting to get the mildew on them again. I'm going to have to put some milk on them, because I have a squash growing there, and there's one down there. I only planted a couple of plants to see how they would do, and I'm pleased. I will definitely plant more, but not in this spot. My okra here is finally, this one is doing very good. These are coming along. Now this lettuce, I was surprised. What kind of lettuce? I bought these here, and it's a Bibb lettuce, and I will definitely be, because it's done very well. I have eaten off of this several times, and it just keep coming back. I threw this kale in. Hopefully it'll cool off and it'll make it through the winter. I'm not sure. The bugs are attacking it. Another okra. No, I'm sorry. This is not okra. This is an eggplant, and I have a couple of them forming on there. I'm letting this lettuce, this is romaine, I'm letting it go to seed. The kohlrabi, the only one that has a big head on it is that one. And over here, look at my pepper. It finally turned red, so that will be picked today. This here is a sweet potato that I planted kind of late. Still not doing well. Sweet potatoes just didn't do well. Last year they did great at the other garden, but over here they're not. I'm going to find a different place next year for them. But I have been eating the leaves. And they taste pretty good. I just picked some leaves, saute them on some little onions, and I had some hummus and had it on toast and hummus, and put the onions and the sweet potato leaves on top, and it was very good. And these melons, I don't know what's going on with them. The leaves are all turning up. I'm hoping when it cool off, they'll pick up a little better. I have to pull these peas out, and the other ones over there also. Now this is a cinnamon basil that I'm happy about. Oh, it's so good. And it perked up and it's doing pretty good. There's some chives in there. And a little dill. I'm hoping next year the dill will do better. And that's regular basil that I'm letting go to seed so I can get some seed off. And this is cilantro. I think I've waited too long to harvest the seeds on that. I'll see. This bed over here, this lettuce is grown quite tall. It's now finally ready to go to seed, but I have been eating off this for a lot. The sorrel down there is growing great. I've been cooking that. The kale, I'm gonna have to thin it out. It's starting to, some of the leaves are starting to turn yellow. So I think it's time to turn it out now. These tomatoes, can't wait till they turn red. But over here I had collard greens and Swiss chard. I picked most of them. Now this one guy was saying, when the bugs attack, cut everything off but the centerpiece, and they will come back. So I'm gonna have to come trim them up a little bit more, but I trimmed them up, ate all what I could, discarded what was really bad, but I think I'm gonna come trim them a little bit more and see what happens. It will be an experience. Now this is what I wanted to show you. I couldn't see the cucumbers from inside the garden, but when I come out, there are quite a few. So when you grow in a garden, you have to look for your fruit. That's another one up there, but this leaf is covering it up. And I was very happy when I seen all of these. I mean, it's quite a few. And these were just some old seeds that I had, and I decided to throw them in the ground. I was done with my tour, and I came over and looked. And look at what's here. A very small ear of corn. So I'm glad I didn't pull this one up. I don't know whether any is going to form on the rest, but if I get one ear, I'll be happy. I started out making a starter for fermentation. This is grapes, water, and sugar, and you just let it sit out and it will ferment. Now, the first time I used raisins, and it was really good. I'm trying this way because I don't like using a lot of salt, so I don't make the brine to put in it. I just put the starter in there and some water and just a little salt. I've been on a roll this week. I also started this fermentation to make a SCOBY for making kombucha. So once this is made, I will be making my own kombucha. I have been having so much fun with this. All kind of surprises today. Just when I said there was nothing on this melon, and I come outside and there is one outside the fence. I hope the critters don't get it when it gets ripe. I hope we can get it first. I will be keeping an eye on it. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. So please give me a thumbs up, share this video, subscribe if you hadn't, leave me a comment, and I hope to see you next week. This is Lady P in her backyard garden. Peace and love. I'm out.